We gave him some buffs now from Tingyun. We're also going to enhance his basic attack here and just do a blast. 25-30k, I would say would be nice. 47, okay, damn. Yes, he did that before and we got a 90k hit and then a 70k follow-up attack. Ooh. It's been a long time coming, but we're finally ready to God mode this boy. We've farmed the materials. He is now final ascension. Let's just auto add that stuff. We farmed way too much XP. Light cone, we're of course going to enhance that straight to 80 as well. Throw that in there, very good. Boom. And of course, we also got to get his traces up. Damage dealt by Talent's follow-up attack increased by 20%, very nice. Oh no, we need some Immortal Lumint Wigs. Hopefully we can just craft some, but it's not looking so good right now, honestly. Gotta get the effect res to get to the crit rate over here, that's what I really need. Oh no, we should be fine. We have 101 greens and then 130 blues, so yeah. Let's just get all of them. Can't believe our bottleneck is actually the monster drops. That's pretty annoying, but let's get the crit rate. Let's max out his basic attack, and let's get Hellscape up a little bit as well. That's his skill. I think these are the two most important skills still. Actually, we're just gonna do some material exchange. We have over 1,000 of these. We'll farm materials when it's actually necessary. Let's go and get the 8% HP and then try and get these up to 8. Does that work? Yep. I think that's actually pretty good, you know? He's still in the same relic build we built last video, trying to mainly focus on HP, crit stats, and speed. Here's his hands piece, nice double crit lines there with some HP. Crit damage body, there's literally zero reason to go crit rate because he gets so much from the 4-piece set here, the relic set, his traces, and if you have it, his signature light cone. For being my 1 crit damage piece, it didn't roll horrible. We did get 11% HP there, so it's fine. These speed boots were a huge tragedy. We had HP and crit damage there. Didn't touch those. We got 21 break effect and 10 attack. The 1 wind damage boost orb I had, 11 crit damage, break effect. It's okay, I guess. And out of 2 HP link ropes, I can't really complain, though again, it's pretty sad it only went to break effect and death, and then 1 tiny roll under crit rate at the end. But that's essentially his build. He is still E0. We'll quickly talk about his Eidolons because I haven't done that at all yet. E1 makes him do a lot of extra damage to a single target in addition to everything else he does with his ultimate. E2 gives him another 15% crit rate. I feel like that shouldn't even be necessary at this point, but there it is. E4 definitely sounds quite nice. Once he drops below 50%, his max HP will increase by 20%, and since he scales with HP primarily, it is essentially a damage buff, which can stack up to 2 times. And E6, of course, very nice. The stacks required for his follow-up attack is reduced to 4 instead of 5, and the damage is increased quite significantly to 50% of his max HP. So overall, very solid Eidolons throughout, I would say. If anything, I'd probably just go to E1 and stop because E2 doesn't seem necessary. E3 is ultimate and talent +2, which are the lesser important ones for Blade in particular, but then 4, 5, and 6 are all really good. So I'd say E0, E1, or E6, really. But yeah, now that he's fully built, fully raised, everything, let's take a look at those final stats. 6,800 HP is definitely the most HP on any character. For me, we should have been able to break 7k pretty easily if the rolls didn't go so bad, but is what it is. 1,900 attack, which is fine. He doesn't scale with attack very much. 126 speed. I don't know, pretty average speed. I think you really need speed boots unless you get a lot of speed subs. Currently 57 crit rate, but again, that will jump past 70% in battle once we get those 2 stacks, which happens incredibly fast on his first turn, really, making Rutilant Arena work and increasing his basic attack by 20%. So outside of that, again, a massive amount of break effect for no reason. It's not completely useless, I suppose, but I would have just much preferred one of the other 5 stats I was going for. The 38 wind damage from our orb, 21 effect res, there's not too much else to see there. As for team setup, I have been thinking about this a bit. I'm really happy to have Lacha because I think he's going to be one of the best companions for Blade, honestly. Blade can pretty rapidly consume his own HP to a detrimental point, and Lacha is like best healer, and he has the passive that'll proc as soon as Blade goes under 50%. And I know I was comparing Blade a lot to Hu Tao early on, but he is a lot different in the way that he doesn't need to be below 50% HP to be stronger. He gets his strength with the action of consuming his HP, not necessarily where his HP is currently at. So having a very strong healer like Lacha, I think, will be really nice for him. Other than that, just these 2 staples that have always been in my team, Tingyun and Clara. If I had Bronya, she would of course replace Tingyun. Clara, unfortunately, is not a very good partner for Blade because she does take some of the attention away And Blade likes to get hit. He likes to take damage. He is a bit of a masochist. One viewer had a pretty good idea and we're just like, well, why not just put Blade next to Clara so that, you know, if there's any AoE stuff going on, Blade will also get hit. And that is a good point, but from what I've noticed, most enemies are either hitting a single target or the entire party. There are, of course, some that hit one target and splash to adjacent targets, so it'd be Clara and Blade in this case. I'm not sure if it's enough right now, but I do want to go in and just try it out. Since Sim 7 is the new one, we'll go ahead and run through that. World 7 is, in my opinion, the hardest by far because of the deer dude at the end. Thankfully, as far as speed is concerned, it's no issue. Ting Yun before Blade. Actually, before doing anything, I'm going to essentially waste his burst here just to get a baseline with no buffs or anything. We're just gonna click this middle one, of course. Let's see what kind of damage we're seeing here. 38k, honestly not bad with no buffs. I mean, he just one-shotted those dudes. That was the first battle of Sim Universe, so we really had 0 buffs going in there.
Yeah.
Why? No. Would have rather just had them kill my team. We gave him some buffs now from Ting Yun. We're also going to enhance his basic attack here and just do a blast. I don't know, you know, 25, 30k. I would say it would be nice. 47, okay, damn. I mean, that's like his basic attack now. That was way more than I was expecting, to be honest. So when we enhance, he loses HP. And Latra comes in and heals him, which is cool. Currently, we have 4,700 HP lost from Death Sentence, which isn't quite enough to get the full boost. This really only matters for his ultimate, which is sort of like Jingyuin's in that it is primarily single target focused, but it also does damage to adjacent enemies just for about a third of the damage. Once this Death Sentence HP lost goes up to around 7k or something, that's when it would be at max. But that's not even taking into account the fact that when he does ultimate, it will set his HP to 50%, which is around 3,700 HP would get tacked onto this before the ultimate goes off. Let's just go ahead and do his burst. This should be a more or less maxed burst. Yes, he did that before and we got a 90k hit and then a 70k follow-up attack. Dude, that was pretty cracked for being so early on in Sim Universe. We haven't even gotten to the first elite yet. That was actually insane. To be honest, I kind of want to get his E1 already. Like, his single target capabilities would go up quite substantially. At least that's what it sounds like with E1. But we have our first elite here, so let's see how this goes. Oh yeah, what else is annoying is that we are getting shields at the start of battle because of some destruction card I accidentally got. And when Blade has a shield, he doesn't get follow-up stacks. Our tally's already at 5,500. Let's go ahead and do his burst here. This won't be as impressive because we don't have all of Ting Yun's buffs, but should still do something, yeah. Wasn't that impressive, honestly. When she's reducing our max HP, I'm not sure right now if that actually affects his scaling, because in stats page, he still does have a maximum of 7,400, but just in case, we're going to get rid of it with Lacha there. Well, one thing's for sure, I would say he's still definitely a lot better at AoE. I would assume at E1, though, he could really hold his own in single target situations. HP rope with bad subs, Death Orb. Oh no! The Aromaton really scares me, honestly. We'll do his technique on him because he's weak to wind. And I'm noticing a lot, yeah, Clara and Blade, they don't mesh very well. Clara's taking most of the attacks where Blade really should be. 48k burst there on a single target. I'm definitely happy with that. 63k and then another 15k from something. Jesus Christ, those single target attacks. Lacha, do something. Let's take a look at that burst. There are 3 enemies there now. Nice, decent, very decent 71k and then a 34k with his basic. Whoa, son. But I just saw his follow-up attack do 63, so yeah, that's like way more impressive when there are multiple enemies. Wow, a triple drop, and they're all ropes. HP, not great. HP, still not great. And then attack, which what is still not great. We're about to head to the boss now. Overall was not a very good run. We only got 6 elation cards, so I'm hesitant to even raise this one, to be honest. Definitely have to raise this one. Still do not have any of the proper elements for this dude. So probably like Silver Wolf would have been pretty good here, but whatever. Let's see how they do on auto until like middle of second phase. Ting Yun gives all of her buffs to Clara, which is a little annoying since I'm trying to showcase Blade here, but I guess she has her reasons. Try a Blade burst here, 77, and a follow-up for 67. All right, Clara, calm down. I'm trying to showcase Blade here. Blade follow-up attack for 182. Solid, solid. He is going into third phase already, which is a little bit scary. A little bit faster than I thought, so he turned off auto here. Going into final phase now, we gotta try and kill those plants as soon as humanly possible. Why is Lotshot Burst doing 126? Let's try Blade Burst. We have 5,800 lost right now. That should go up to 90% of his max HP with that, you know, bringing him down to 50%. Let's see if we can kill those plants. 211k. Oh, they're getting the fruits, but they're almost dead. If we can have like, Clara is like, can we get rid of that? I'm not sure if they're even going to attack again. Oh, Blade follow-up for the win? Yes, let's go. Why do you want to give the buff to Lotshot? What? Lotshot is still just a healer. Oh my lord. Lotshot passive? No passive? Maybe we'll still be okay. He only has 21% HP left. Big Clara counter, please. It was okay. Another big Clara counter. Okay, he's dead. That was too close for comfort, though. I think that was the first time I fought this dude and could actually avoid his ultimate. So that's something, I guess. Quantum boost, attack rope, physical boost, death rope. But there was Sim Universe. I mean, Clara was definitely there doing stuff as well, so I can't give all the credit to Blade, but again, I don't think they work super well together. So for now, I'm going to remove Clara, and I'm a little torn because Pella would give AoE def reduction and Silverwolf just does a lot of other stuff, but we're gonna go Silverwolf for now. You know, if there's a boss and minions, obviously debuffing the boss and then just kind of hope that Blade's AoE will be strong enough. That's my sort of thought process. Unfortunately, Silverwolf is built like an absolute trash can. She has one 2-piece set. I did at least eventually raise this sphere. I mean, at the end of the day, as long as she has nearly 100% effect hit rate, it's okay. She has 86, which is probably still good enough. I could raise the effect hit rate body a little bit more, but that's not like what I would give her as a final set. I just haven't really gotten around. But yeah, for now, that's what we'll do. We just got it up to 12. 94 effect hit rate is more than enough. Okay. She is also a little squishy and won't do much damage, but she is fast as hell. So that's one thing she has going for her, I suppose. I kind of struggled with this new one, the Voyage of Navis. Astriger. I mean, the final enemies here are level 90. I guess we're gonna throw the Blade team down here because she's at least weak to wind. Usually I wouldn't have Silverwolf and Team Yun in the same party because it doesn't leave much for the other team. Maybe Yukong, but she's still only level 70. Oh man, this one is taking forever. I think for this in particular, you definitely need characters that are buffing to get these 10 memory imprint stacks faster. We're several turns in when we still only have 5 from our Team Yun. I think Yukong would definitely be a lot better for that. But yeah, we're almost at the turn limit just from the first boss. We need to win with 12 cycles left and we have 13. So I really hope this team is insane. All right, we've made it to Kafka. We're just going to start with trying to reduce her def, I guess. Looked like that worked. Blade will get Yukong's buff, so I'm going to burst and then do Blade's ultimate, and then we can do his basic as well. Let's just see how this goes first of all, I suppose. Hopefully some solid damage here. 84, I'm happy with that. And another one, 56, very, very good, actually, and a follow-up for 76. All 3 of those attacks had Yukong's buff, so I'm really satisfied. Ow! Nice 85 follow-up, though. We should have Yukong's double boost, crit rate and crit damage and attack. So a very nice 70k basic there. Yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't get 3 stars. We only needed 4 cycles for this one, though, so I think it's my first team I need to work on. But this is here forever, so I'll try and figure out something later. Let's try this new Echo of War boss. Let's stick with Silverwolf and just see how they do on auto versus this boss. And this is a battle where I'm pretty sure we don't have any weird buffs or anything going on, so this is like raw damage right here. Okay, a 14.5k burst is a little less impressive, honestly, but we were versus a single target. Now we have AoE again. Silverwolf just bursted on one of the flowers. Please. Ow! 55k follow-up. Another ultimate. I think we do have AoE this time now, and it's much more impressive at 41k. There are definitely some close calls here, as you can see with my Silverwolf and Team Yun at the moment. Yeah, and now we're going into the final phase. I hope she does an ultimate immediately. She's doing something. Silverwolf, can you do something before you die, please? Not on the flower again. Ooh, that was a nice 120k because, yeah, there are 5 enemies there. This should be decent as well. I think one flower did die, but yeah, was all right. And there she goes. Yes, definitely some close calls, but it's a pretty tough boss, and this team is a lot squishier without Clara. Overall, it went pretty well. Didn't get anything particularly exciting, but it's the way the cookie crumbles. I'm wondering if we could use Blade as a sort of sub-DPS and have, you know, like Jingyuan back in there. I think we would probably replace Tingyun in this case because, you know, Blade can do really solid damage, but also Jingyuan can. I'm not sure if it's really worth it having a setup like this, but I'd almost really want to replace Silverwolf with like Pella though, because now they're all doing AoE here. Last thing I want to check out is if Blade can farm his own damn gear. This is also a particularly difficult Cavern of Corrosion, probably the hardest one. It's the only one I fought where I regularly have someone dead at the end, so it is a little unfortunate though because Lacha and Clara also work so well together because Clara's counters also recovered everyone's HP within Abyss Field. 30k ultimate on a single target, honestly I can't really complain about it. Not having a buffer in the team obviously does make everyone's damage quite a bit lower, but I mean, Blade, look at that, 44k. He really can do some solid damage even to a single target. That's quite impressive. HP boots and this set, which doesn't have good subs anyway. But yeah, all in all, Blade seems really nice. My one main concern is that without Lacha, I don't know how you're going to keep him healthy without using skill points every single turn. I'm not sure I would personally use him as sort of a sub DPS like we kind of tried there. Because I mean, he was honestly kind of doing at least similar, if not more damage than Jingyuan anyway. And then we miss out on a buffer. So I definitely classify him as a main DPS AoE. Mechanically wise, they are actually pretty similar, Blade and Jingyuan, because they both definitely have an AoE focus, but can more or less hold their own in single target scenarios. Maybe not as well as someone like Sela, but they're serviceable in single target. So I feel like having them in the same team was a little redundant. Overall though, I do like him, and I will use him probably for appropriate element type things when there's a wind weakness, because he's like my only raised wind character now. I am still quite sad that Clara is not a very good companion for him because she's eating the attacks, but overall, really nice character. Make sure to tell me what you think though in the comments down below. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.